because everybody want to be black. Everybody loves hip hop or what the idea of hip hop was supposed to be.
It's a class thing with music. Music looks like a class thing.
Everybody love the idea of being black, but don't nobody want to be black. Right?
No. Yes. Welcome back to the lab. I'm Al, joined by my brothers Marcus, Rick, Unique, and Al. What's going on, fellas?
Yo.
What's going on, man?
Yes.
Party, baby. Let's go.
Well, look, before we get these things started, I usually like to start these clips off with some video clips. So I have two today that entertained me a little bit while I was on the toilet bowl. So go ahead and roll the first one, babe.
That's hard.
Oh, I've seen this shit.
Oh, shit.
Night, nigga. Night.
He's like, oh, my dreams, man.
How you doing?
That's the way to go.
You see?
That right there?
That right there is a wife who purchased life insurance and said, I know exactly how I'm going to kill this motherfucker right here.
And it ain't sus at all.
Well, exactly.
Hey, but you can't deny it, man. That's a hell of
A man ain't seen nothing like that
it.
before. A man ain't seen it. They wasn't doing that back in his day, bro.
Yeah.
He said, I've never seen that
life.
before. So it's too much.
Finally.
You see, my man got as much titties as those girls, too. But go ahead and roll the second clip, baby.
No, what I'm doing.
I was counting out.
Oh, my God. She fucks her up.
What you think? What you think this is?
Oh. Dice is like,
The young lady
Yo,
has
whose
no
booty is
takedown
that?
defense.
Dice was like, whose booty is that? I was like, you're wearing a thong. What?
Wow.
But my thing is how's she teaching in a skirt that short?
What? Thank you.
After she whoops her ass, somebody get a teacher.
No, the way she holds her hold her head on the ground.
Get a teacher.
You're going to learn today.
Yeah.
You're going to learn today.
That's what that's saying. Yeah.
It makes me
The teacher
laugh
didn't get-
and saddens me at the same time. Because, I mean, damn. I mean, I know kids today are dumbasses, but shit. But,
Well,
well, look, today, let's just hop right on into it.
You know how many
Marcus,
skinny
I'm going to
white
hand
boys?
things on over to you.
You know how many skinny white boys watched that clip? It was like, oh, let's go.
You know, they had it paused at that once. Now, I will say this. Whoever was videotaping did a terrible job. They actually needed the cameraman from the WWE to videotape that because he could have caught himself a better angle. But other than that, the WWE sucks. But moving on,
God.
we're going to switch on over to Marcus and his top 5.
and I ever got a comment on your
Disrespect.
little jab, I think. Yeah.
That was
I
disrespectful.
never got to like dignify it with a comment. But yeah,
Good
man.
jab.
Yeah, I'm not paying you no mind, bro. we gotta start. We're
The
gonna
truth
do
hurts, but I understand.
we're gonna do top 5 covers, like song covers, different versions of songs. But Unique, I'll start it with you guys. You guys are the guests. Let me hear y'all's top 5s.
Go ahead, son. All right. I'm going to start with Dirty Diana by The Weeknd. It's originally by Michael Jackson,
Oh,
but
Absolutely.
The Weeknd remade it, and he killed it. And I didn't necessarily put the ones that I have in order. I just, the ones I like. It's a guy called Vito. He redid LMA's song Boot Up. He did a guy version of it.
Okay.
Kind of fly.
Oh, yeah, you
Right
gotta
on,
hit
right
it.
on.
Yeah.
And then I had to go to my baby, Mary J. Blige, and took it to Sweet Thing.
Love me now, I'll go crazy. Oh, sweet thing.
She redid
Shaka Khan.
was that Shaka Khan?
Wasn't that Shaka
Sweet
Khan?
Thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I
Think
want to
so.
say
I believe it was.
Yeah.
We could be wrong, no quotas, but
yeah. It might have been. It might
right
have
on.
been.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Facts. And little.
I only got 3 fellas. I can think off the back.
And I helped him out, man. A house is not a home from Luther Vandross.
And a house is not a home when the two of us.
I forgot.
All
who
Luther
he got.
did was cover songs.
That's all he did.
That's tough, though.
Well, they were remixed.
That's all Luther did was cover people's songs.
It wasn't really
Yeah, I
covers.
didn't
They were
know
more
that.
like remix.
Yeah, remix.
It was tough, though. That Cruising by D'Angelo.
And if you want it, you got it forever.
From Smokey Robinson.
Baby, let's cruise away from here.
Yeah, that was-
Okay.
Sadie. R. Kelly.
Yes. That was a very good one.
Don't you know we love you, sweet thing?
And
Yes, it was.
I Will Always Love You, Whitney Houston from Dolly Parton. That's
That's a
one.
good.
That's right there.
I'll always love you.
That is a good number one right there, brother. She
Yeah.
made Dolly some money on that one.
Yeah.
Now, go back to The Weeknd.
Yes, sir.
Mario Winans has to be kicking himself in the ass with the I Don't Want to Know song because The Weeknd remade it. And I
Yes.
like that version, but there's a white boy on TikTok named Connor Maynard who covered it as well. And those two guys killed the creeping song, dude.
Yes.
Killed it.
It's another guy, a white boy on TikTok, and he sings. They kind of did a drill to Billie Jean. She was more like that, and they did it like real
yes,
cool.
him and
Chris Cornell. Chris
Dude,
Cornell.
they
Chris Cornell.
they
He's in
killed
my
it,
top.
bro. No, Chris Cornell did his, and that's on my list. But
Yes.
these guys just recently did a remake of Billie Jean on TikTok, and man, that light skinned fella, I don't know his name, but him and
The
Connor
rapper.
Maynard killed that creeping.
Oh,
Yeah, and the Spanish rapper too. That Spanish guy who raps with them, apparently, because if you notice in his raps, it's really emotional.
Yeah.
His girl really did him dirty, so that's where the base of his raps come from.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And
That makes sense.
for everyone listening to us, Unique right here has been one of my oldest friends in Florida. My fam. I used to watch his son, Eli. And he is one of the most talented rappers I've met personally.
Let's record.
To give you that credit.
Thank you,
Now
sir.
back to you, Marcus, and how buddy. Yeah, no doubt, brother.
I don't know. Go ahead. Go with yours. I go last.
Okay, you want me to go last? Okay.
No, I'll go last. You go ahead. You and Rick
Okay.
go ahead. Okay.
So I'm going to tell you the number 5 song that I removed from my list, and I'll give you the 5 that I replaced it with. Zombie, originally by the Cranberries and remade by Bad Wolves.
Yeah,
Okay.
they kicked,
I love
they,
that.
They kicked Tommy out the band.
Yeah, did they?
Oh yeah, that's a big controversy right there after that song.
Now, I kicked that out of my top 5, and I replaced my number 5 with Hard to Say I'm Sorry, originally by Peter Cetera,
Cool.
and remade by As Yet.
Hold me now. It's hard for me to say.
And there's nothing like a good
Oh, yeah.
remake when it includes the original.
Oh, yeah.
Number 4, All Out of Love by one of my favorite duos, Air Supply, and Fuck Anybody Who Wants to Make Fun of Me for It, and Yo Mama, and remade by Jagged Edge.
I am alone with my head on the phone, thinking thinking of you till it hurts.
Yep.
Yes.
Great,
That's a good
great
one.
remake.
Boom.
The song we just discussed, Billie Jean, originally by the king of pop himself, Michael Jackson, and the remake by Chris Cornell will have you feeling that song a different way.
Billie Jean is not my lover.
Rest in peace.
Number 2, Can You Stand the Rain? Now, New Edition were the originators, right? I don't
Yes,
think
sir.
anybody
Yeah.
did it before New Edition. All right.
Yeah,
No,
that's
New
an
Edition,
addition.
and then remade by Boyz II Men.
Can you stand it?
Oh man,
Now,
that killed.
My number now, recently I caught on to one. This is just an honorary mention. Last Resort, originally done by Papa Roach and remade by
Reverse.
that Falling in Reverse.
It is. Yeah, Roddy Radke.
Now, most of these remakes that I picked were, the way I picked them was, would I listen to them as much as I listened to the original? Now, the
Cool.
4 or 5 that I just gave you, the answer is yes. Now, my number one, the remake, in my personal opinion, is 10 times better than the original. And if country
Yeah.
fans have a problem with it, again, fuck you and your mama.
I don't
But
think
it's
so.
I Can't Make You Love Me. I Can't Make You Love Me, originally by Bonnie Raitt
Mhm.
and remade by George Michael.
I can't make you love me if you don't.
Okay.
Go
That's
on
funny.
and check that out.
It's funny you say George
That's my
Michael.
list right there.
Okay.
Yeah, George Michael. I know everybody's going to be like, oh, Bonnie Raitt this, Bonnie Raitt that, whatever. Go on and listen to the song. George Michael kills it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
George Michael was an amazing vocalist. Like, people pick on him for being gay and all that, because it was at a time period where that was not socially acceptable.
Right.
But amazing vocalist.
Mhm.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. But what's your top 5, Rick?
So I figured I'd slice it up a little bit. You know me, I'm a big music guy. Next week I'll be broadcasting live from fucking Rockville as we roll. Let's go. I picked some that I really enjoy, but I could probably put 30 on this top 5, and that's the scary part. So the first one I want to give a shout out to is Johnny Cash, man himself. Not him getting covered, but him covering. So right before he died, he did a cover album with songs, and he did a cover of Nine Inch Nails' "Hurt."
I will make you hurt.
Which is definitely a song about heroin
Yes.
and addiction. It still gives me goosebumps to this day, any version that I hear. Also, I'll give a shout out to Step and Dust. The day that Johnny Cash died at their concert, they covered "Hurt." So it was like a 3 down. So check that out. It's dope. Disturbed, "Sound of Silence," which was originally done by Simon and Garfunkel. Like,
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
this is one of the
That
originals.
was on my list.
I'm not the
What?
biggest Disturbed fan, but "Sound of Silence," the way, just
Yeah,
the way
he's a racist dude. That's why I took him off my
Yeah,
list.
I don't really like Disturbed or Dave Draymond, but his version of "Sound of Silence," like where it's coming
It
from,
is. It's great.
oh, the bellows are there. Another big one that's kind of a long shot. A lot of you might not have heard, so please check it out. It's Mudvayne. Mudvayne is more of a hard rock act. They did a cover of The Police, which is the King of Pain. Sorry, King of Pain.
There's a little black spot on the sun today.
Which is an amazing song by The Police, but the way Mudvayne redid it was just off the charts. My man Corey Taylor, from both Slipknot and of course from Stone Sour, and he does all his own stuff. Performs live pretty much every night, one way or the other. He does a lot of covers, but the one that I want to point out of his is Chris Isaac's "Wicked Game."
The wicked thing you say, you never felt that way.
Just the
Now-
way he finds you.
Okay, you say Mudvayne?
Yes, Mudvayne.
You said that was Mudvayne that did? Okay, I'm going to go listen
No,
to that because
Mudvayne
every
did.
single cover.
I was just gonna
Go
say
ahead.
Mudvayne did a "King of Pain," which is the Police song. Corey Taylor, the last one that I did, is "Wicked Game." Chris Isaac's "Wicked Game." What a Wicked Game We Play.
Corey Taylor. Okay,
That's Corey Taylor.
Because every cover of Wicked Game that I've heard is okay, but I definitely wouldn't listen to it as much as I would the original.
His acoustic version of it it's very soul snatching. Because you're right. Like I've even made like 4 different versions of the song. In fact, right now, if you go on, what was the original fucking social media site before Facebook? What was it called? Holy fuck, I can't remember it. MySpace. If you go on my MySpace right now, it has my version of Wicked Game on there. Like this is a song that has a lot of covers of it, but there's just a way Corey does it. You feel his soul. He's someone that just knows how to rip at you. So it's a definite good one to check the fuck out, right? And with the one that I'm gonna, a notable mention would be Urge Overkill's "Girl You'll Be a Woman Soon," which was highlighted in Pulp Fiction. If you recall,
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, it was covered in that. Yes, that's the one, Al. I love that song, so I put it in honorable.
I do too.
Honorable mention, but the number one that I put on the list is fucking Chris Cornell. Nothing Compares. Originally written by Prince.
Nothing compares to you.
Of course, it was put out by Sinead O'Connor.
Sinead.
Yeah, she actually put the song out, but that's a Prince song. But Chris Cornell's just rendition of it. And so when he did that entire cover album, because that's an album of covers right before he died. Yeah, before they yoked him out, because they yoked him out. He found out what was going on in Haiti, and him and the guy from Lincoln Park, Chester Bennington, they got together and they started making this documentary about what was happening to the kids in Haiti, and they offed them both. They suicided them both. And right before he did that, he did an entire cover album, which he took all the money and all of the benefits went to those children in Haiti, just so y'all know. And one of those songs on there was a cover of Prince's Nothing Compares. And when I tell you, if you don't get goosebumps from that, you don't have a soul.
Oh, I've heard it, man. It's great.
I've never heard that song before. I got to check it out.
Oh, yeah. It's Chris Cornell, like his cover of Billie Jean, Nothing Compares to You. There's another one that he covers.
There's a bunch of them. That whole album is all covers. And he did that album in a big tour, too, where he went around all over the world and did shows. He took every fucking cent from the sales, the streams, and the shows and donated it to the kids of Haiti because they were, like I said, they were like, holy fuck, they can't believe this is happening. These people were taking those kids out of Haiti and doing just, I don't even want to fucking talk about it, but bad shit, bad fucking shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's that?
All right. Yeah, man, shout out to Haiti. That's fucking terrible. As a couple that you guys mentioned that I had on my list, like the George Michael, I Can't Make You Love Me, Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You. So I'll just get that out the way. And Rick, Johnny Cash's Hurt. That was one of my honorable mentions. That's a classic.
Phenomenal song, man.
So I have Jimi Hendrix, Along the Watchtower, originally done by Bob Dylan.
This motherfucker.
Now, you know what?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm going to say on top, because, for me, my list, my number one, I told you George Michael is actually better than the original.
Oh,
that's another one that I'll say is better than the original, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have A Change Is Gonna Come, originally done by Sam Cooke, remade by a group called Solo.
But I know a change gonna come.
Okay.
And I would say my number one, if I had to put it in order, it would be Love Song, originally done by The Cure, redone by 311. For the 51st Date soundtrack.
Yeah.
So, that would be my list. And I have another honorable mention, Love's Train, originally done by Confunction, redone by Subsonic recently, and Drew Hill back in the day.
Like, Drew Hill, I was just going to say, Drew Hill did that one.
And I Feel For You, Shaka Khan, originally done by Prince. So I just had a few honorable mentions I wanted to throw in there. Yeah.
You threw a punch in the
was that somewhere? Yeah, no. Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I forget who originally did it, but the big Hawaiian fella.
Oh,
Hawaiian
that's
guy did
Judy
it.
Garland, ain't it?
And Judy Garland, yeah, Judy Garland was the original.
Yeah. Oh, is she? Okay, there you go.
Boom.
I thought it was
Yeah,
the
there's
a
little white.
lot of
That
versions.
but that love song by 311, I just feel like that's a completely better version. Like every other cover, I'm like, I understand both sides of it. And The Cure, I mean, they're fucking great. I'm not.
I was about to say,
but
you got to be like
311's
the
version.
Cure fan. It's in just
Yeah.
the Cure style, and I bet it was originally written by somebody else, not by Robert Smith of the Cure. And to throw in there, intersect here in Orlando, we're about to have the Brightside Fest, and 311 is coming with Sublime and a few others, and they'll probably play it. Yeah,
Hell
right there in a
yeah,
pop-
they
in a
probably
pop-
will.
side, maybe. Let's go.
Okay, nice. But yeah, that reggae kind of rock feel that they put to it, like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like that changes the whole song. And another one I wanted to throw in, I don't remember the original artist, but it's on that soundtrack, 51st Dates. Jason Mraz's, I Stop the World and Melt With You? Because you know that's like an old 80s song.
Yeah,
It's also a
like
Cure song.
reggae feel he put on it.
It's
Oh,
also the Cure.
Oh, is it?
No, it is The Cure. It is The
Okay.
Cure.
Yeah.
But oh man, like that. Oh, that version is. I feel like those are superior versions. Nothing against the originals. You know, that's just my opinion.
Oh, I get it.
I feel like those are just better.
There's so many. That's what I said. Like I could have done a top 50 of this and had a 3-hour episode on it.
Now, hell, Unique's a rapper. Marcus is a singer. Rick likes to produce music, write music. What is your relation to music? Because I know you're in the music business, brother.
I write music as well. I rap. Me and Unique make songs together. We got a lot of music together.
Oh,
A lot.
that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That is
We've
what's
been-
up.
we've
Well,
been-
you know, Marcus sings, man. So
We might have to link up with Marcus and get something together, man.
Oh yeah.
Get something,
Oh yeah.
put it together.
For sure.
It's just when we
Absolutely.
haven't been that active. We haven't been that active of lately because, just politics, everyday life type shit. So every chance we get, we fuck with some beats, write something. And when we get the chance, we'll lay something down. But as of now, we just living day to day, man.
Man, basically.
Have to get together and record, y'all. We'll have to get together and record.
Hell yeah.
make
Alright.
some music.
Definitely.
Now, I will say this. In light of what we find out about the music industry, man, I mean, I was telling Marcus, maybe it is a blessing that we never got into it as deep as we wanted to back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Unique used to hold these talent shows before we go into my Inquiring Minds segment.
Stop.
Now, El, I don't know if Unique ever told you this story.
Oh, God.
How about
You see, if you have me as a friend, I'm basically family to you, and you're family to me. That's just what it is.
Yeah, it's
100%,
family
I'm
now.
going to
brother.
support, and I'm going to support everything you do. So when Unique
Correct.
was putting this talent show together, I figured, I'm like, shit. Unique knows how to put on a show. Marcus can Marcus can sing, so I know this nigga could put on a show. Now, Marcus had recently done a talent show for his high school because he hadn't graduated yet. And the song of choice was A Change Is Gonna Come. That's Sam Cooke.
Sound good. Yeah, I remember that shit.
Now, at school, Marcus killed it. Okay. Now,
Right.
when we go into the talent show, now, the way Marcus had the crowd at the school was the same way he had the crowd at the talent show. At the school, he killed it. Now we're at the talent show. Now, before Marcus goes on, there's some chick. I don't know how Unique knew this chick, where he found this chick, but this chick was on stage rapping, if that's what you want to call it. But every nigga in the fucking audience is just enthralled with this bitch. Because, I will give her this. She was pretty. That's it. Okay? Whatever she was spitting on stage was straight garbage. Okay? Garbage.
But she had
She's
that
being
accent.
sexual, man.
Was just cheering her on. I was like, what the fuck? Marcus goes on. He starts to change. He's going to come. Now, he's doing this a cappella now. The crowd is quiet. I mean, Marcus is killing it. Then towards the end of the song, Marcus Street forgot the motherfucking words.
He just stopped singing, nigga.
And look, Al, he straight forgot the fucking words, okay? Now, the crowd, they started singing to try to help get him back on track.
Right.
This nigga just handed the mic right back to Unique and just walked the fuck off stage.
Well, I guess he
Let me
started
tell you,
I forgot about that, man. I forgot about that.
I forgot about
Al,
that shit
he
too.
just performed. He just performed this song a week ago. The whole song.
And killed it.
Marcus sings this song all the time.
I was high,
Now, I
bro.
will say this. Before the show, Marcus was a little nervous. Marcus was a little nervous, so I got the nigga high to relax him. That might get him off a little bit. Now, let's fast forward. Now, seeing how that first talent show went, I was a little disappointed. My little brother didn't win. Some non-rapping bitch won the fucking contest. She was a no-talent ass clown. She shouldn't have won. Okay? I'm going to say that openly. This second talent show, was based off the crowd. It was based off the crowd, both talent shows, okay? So this talent show, I sat up front. And again, this girl performed before Marcus. Her whole performance, you couldn't even hear what this bitch was saying because I was booing so loud that it echoed through the entire room. Like, she's on stage like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? And I'm in her face. Like, I'm in her face, I'm in her face.
Wow.
Like, the crowd was trying to cheer her on, even though the room was packed. You couldn't hear everybody over me.
There we go.
Oh, bro, you got video?
My little brother hits the stage. And this time, he remembers all the motherfucking words of the song.
I got it.
And he kills it.
Whoa.
And who wins the competition? Marcus.
Bro.
There's no way in hell I was going to let that no-talent ass clown bitch win
She
again.
almost got me in trouble with the girl I was seeing at the time.
Wow.
So after the show, the first time, she's like, yeah, that was dope. Yeah, my pussy all wet and shit. I was standing there holding this girl's hand. She looking at me. I'm like, don't look at me. Look at her. I didn't say that shit. I didn't provoke that. Like, say something to her. Don't talk to me about it because I don't care.
Right.
Like, I was like, hey, whatever.
Right.
But she said that shit. She did it on purpose, bro. She's trying to set me up, man.
My wife
Like
would have stabbed you.
sabotage.
That's why we call it
Like,
that.
shit.
I meant to ask you, Nick, did she ever ask who I was?
I don't remember, man. That shit was so long ago. Fucking, I remember the reason she won was because I got a piece of the bar. So I had people, I'm like, yo, if you got the more people you bring in there, the better for me, because the more people gonna buy from the bar. And I had a little bullshit cover. And that's how I paid everybody for the talent show, was the cover for the door. But I got my cut from the
Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that, because Al, Marcus, fellas, y'all haven't been on the show with us before, but this is the kind of thing that I'm saying all the time. The majority of the shit that we see out there is more based on popularity, cough, cough, based on the amount of money that you can generate for your originating source, your producer. And that is what it's all the fuck about, bro. That's what this Diddy shit is about. That's what the Epstein shit was about. Weinstein, etc., etc. What you just said, but it's such a smaller scale.
She had all
Yeah.
those people there the second time. But then there's an anomaly like me.
See how that works?
Operation
100%.
I'm glad you brought it up, bro, because I completely forgot that I
That was
forgot the
funny
words,
as
bro.
fuck,
Like, that
boy.
shit was crazy.
That was behind the scenes.
That
That
was
shit you
wild.
block out.
I was
Come on,
wilding,
dog.
bro. I just blacked out right there. Like, I was
Hey, money,
wild.
money, that's the shit that
Like
fucks you
this
up.
And if people were singing
full
it, and I was just like, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. I forgot the words. I was like, I got it
Marcus,
was leaked.
you can see the facial expression. He's trying to catch up in his brain, but he was just like, you know what? It's too late.
Yeah, it's too late.
Yeah, that
The
was
moment's
some
gone.
wild. Hey,
Oh man,
Was not a
I
bring it,
forgot
but
about
those-
that.
it was a
Those was a
fight.
good time. So, I hope you guys, because people,
And
and
that
that was a good spot too.
security, bro.
Yeah,
That's it.
that was a cool spot.
Yeah.
Like,
What part?
people just know how to fuck shit up, man. People
That was
just know
here?
how to fuck shit up.
That was
Yeah,
here.
right. You know that Publix Plaza in Winter Park, right off of Loma and Cimarron. There used to be a place called Rocco's Pizza. I don't know what it is now.
Yeah, no rock codes. Yeah.
Yeah. But where they let Unique hold it there. I mean, dude, the place was packed. Where there are people outside the door watching this shit.
It was you know
that first time too, man.
You remember the white
Ness,
dude?
right?
Yeah, that's
Ness.
Ben Billions. Look him up. His name is Ben Billions now. He recorded Weekend and all type shit. He got like billions of streams now. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Look him up.
Oh, no. Yo, producers here in the O can pop off if you really about it.
Yeah, he
That's
started
true.
the internship with Khaled right after Full Sail. And he just took off.
And they look out for none of the boys, huh?
Nah. Not
That's
me.
not how that works.
Mm.
Even
Shit, it
Valencia
ain't
now,
really
like
work.
Valencia has an audio production, what do you call it, degree program that is the exact same as Full Sail, exact same, but so much money less. But you don't get to put Full Sail on the resume.
But
But you can
Yeah,
learn what
that's
you need
let's
to
get
learn.
to my inquiring minds. Oh, I bet he did. I bet he did. Well, let's go to my inquiring minds segment here. Hip hop celebrated its 50th anniversary. Was it earlier this year or last year?
It was last year.
I think it was last year.
Last year.
Last year.
Well,
So the question is, in you guys' opinion, has hip hop in any way, shape, or form helped and or benefited the Black community? I'll start with our guest. We'll start with you, Al.
I don't think it's hurt it. I think it's helped. I think it's helped it. I think both.
That's what I say.
I think it's both. It's helped in aspects of giving people an outlet to, speak their mind, to speak what they want to say, project what they want to say and think, you know what I'm saying? Basically like a verbal outlet. Very good verbal outlet, basically. But at the same time, it did hurt it, because it didn't, a lot of people didn't, they gravitated to the negativity in the music. And there's a lot of people putting out negative music. And people are trying to live off of the music, the negativity of the music. Not thinking that it's just a song, So it's helped, but it's actually hurt at the same time. It's the same thing, like same level.
All right, and I'm gonna say the same thing for the simple fact, like, it helped because it actually, like he said, it gave a voice to the voiceless. Like when it was fight the power that be, when it was Public Enemy that was getting pushed hard, that shit got put to the back burner when they realized how hard Eazy-E shit was. Cruising down the street in my 6'4", clapping the bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was more attractive to street niggas than that fight the power shit, because that fight the power shit was the 70s generation before the real hip-hop 80s generation pulled in with the gangster rap. Because it wasn't no gangster rap. It was just shit to get the party going. Motherfuckers was dancing, spray painting shit, and, just having a good time with how lyrics are. And once that shit transpired to, I'm a gangster, I shoot you in your fucking face, and niggas is living that shit for real, like, oh shit, I just did that shit last week. You know what I'm saying? So it appealed to motherfuckers like that. And at the same time, Johnny in the background is raking off of all the sales of the negativity. The positive shit just stopped selling.
Yes.
And because it stopped selling, it stopped being promoted. Like, if you got a bag of shit in one hand and a bag of nothing in one hand, that shit outweighs it. And that bullshit eventually put fucking money in big people's pockets. And they didn't want to hear that conscious shit no more. Now conscious shit is like whack.
Also, Ice Cube did a interview, and I can't remember what platform he did it on. He did an interview, and he was talking about how the record label, the same people that owns the record labels have stock in prisons.
prisons.
Like that.
I was gonna touch on that.
You know what I'm saying?
They have stock in prison and they own prisons.
They own
They
the prisons.
own
And
Same people who own the labels own the prisons. So
Literally the same people?
literally the same people who own the labels own private prisons.
Personal prison, they got deals with the state to have them filled to a certain capacity.
Right. Right. So they know music. Music.
You know, what
very
color?
well.
What do you think?
Of course. Of course.
Exactly. Exactly.
we talk about
exact-
injustice
that's
a lot
facts.
on this show, and that's important because this is a big one.
I'm glad you brought that aspect up because that's where I was basically
That's-
going to go with it.
Same here.
Like before I let you two answer, for me, I don't think like it was intended to give a voice to the voiceless.
Exactly.
Let me reiterate, it was intended to give the voice to the voiceless. But then it became where for a long time gangster rap sold for the very exact reasons that you guys were saying it. These niggas need to keep the prisons filled to fill their pockets. So that's the kind of music they pushed. It went from gangster rap to being a gangster doing this, and that, to being gay. When you listen to it. And when you hear the rap, when you see the rappers who are out there, went from gangster to gay. And as far as the females, there were none of these females are motivating young black women to do shit except teaching them how to be a hoe.
Oh, the white girls
Yes,
too.
yeah.
Don't fool yourself.
Yeah. Oh, of course, because everybody want to be black. Everybody loves hip hop or what the idea of hip hop was supposed to be.
It's
like,
a class
dude,
thing
for me,
with music. Music, the fair class thing.
Everybody love the idea of being black, but don't nobody want to be black.
Right.
no.
I would have
Because,
time
like,
to
for
be
me,
black.
Like, I'll give you the artists that I used to love and listen to. You know, I think my very first rapper was like Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick. And then it moved on to Eric B. and Rakim. Then it moved on to Heavy D. Then
They kill Heavy D too.
LL Cool J, you know?
LL, yeah, LL.
Then it went on to LL because, you know, LL started to get a little hard with shit, but also
He's cloned now.
kept it R&B and hip hop for the ladies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He catered to both.
Bet.
But then the idea of, you know,
Oh, Matt was
killing
made
one
from the
another.
LL song.
there's nothing in rap about us uplifting one another. Nothing at all. Because
there
that doesn't
is.
sell.
Just not in the top 40. Not in top 40. Not what's
Doesn't-
getting
it doesn't
played on
sell.
the radio and what's getting pushed. Exactly. It's not what sells. But it's there.
And
It's
again,
there.
It goes into what Marcus and I had covered in one of our Black History episodes. Take every black billionaire and millionaire. The idea of Black Wall Street should be able to be rebuilt and relived in every state in the United States with every black billionaire and millionaire that there is. But the deal is, if you're going to be a black billionaire or millionaire,
You
you
gotta
can't do
be
that
Jew,
to
bro.
people.
You gotta be Jew.
You can't look at look at the Black Panther Party. Okay, look at the Black Panther Party. Everything that they did do, some of the school programs that are still going on today were created by the Black Panther Party, but yet they were painted as domestic terrorists.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, God
You know what I'm
bless
saying?
Wick gives me
Well,
$10,000 worth of formula for my son a month.
And it's no knock on the Jewish people, you know what I'm saying? But the Jews have their own hospitals, their own fire department, their own police, their own stores, meaning clothing, groceries, you name it. We don't have none of that. Okay?
Nah.
And the bullshit that teachers talk about, hey, we don't get paid enough to teach these kids anything. Well, LeBron James School in Cleveland, or wherever the fuck you grew up, he says those motherfuckers money all the time, tons of it, to support them. Those kids still can't pass the fucking tests. The required state tests. They can't. But you want to know why that is, though? Because none of those teachers there are black. Not all of them are black. So you can't expect a white teacher, no offense to you, Rick, but this is like a big picture thing. You can't expect a white teacher who has kids growing up in the United States of America to teach a black child how to take a job away from her kid or his kid. You can't expect them to do that. They're not going to do that. So just like the Jews have their own thing, The Indians have their own things. The Chinese have their own things. We need our own thing. We need to take hip hop, rap, and all that back from these crackers and stop letting them get paid off of us.
Well, bro,
'Cause
man,
none of that.
that would be almost every genre though. Rock and roll,
You goddamn right.
the blues, like everything has
Country.
roots
I
with
was
black
just reading
people.
that today.
Country,
was-
yeah.
It started from the
No,
banjo.
I think it's.
No,
I
the
feel like
two-
where you're coming from,
Well-
though. Where you're coming from. Sorry to cut you off, Marcus, but let me
you're
be
good.
direct here. I think what it's more about is, a, giving credit where credit is due, because I think that's probably the biggest part of the injustice is sort of like where you're edging on there. Okay, because
Because we don't own anything. That's what I'm basically saying. We don't own shit.
I don't take offense.
What should be ours isn't ours.
You
know what I'm
already know
saying?
where I stand, and our guests may not know me, but understand that I see past color in a different kind of way. So
Of course, there are not many like you.
I sort of see a bigger picture with this, and with music, what it's about is, again, it's the same, and it's the same as the Caitlin Clark conversation that we had last week, where it's about, at the time, the machine. Right now, the machine, right, is very well favored against the black man. 100%. Okay?
Yeah, that's a fact.
100%. And it has been now for at least, what, 2-3 centuries that we
No,
know of in
more.
our recorded history?
Five.
No. I'm
Like
going to touch on that part of it. It's longer than that for all of us, okay? And this is why I say that. We were created to be slaves. At different times throughout all of history, right? We get put under different oppression. The older that you get spiritually is the more that you start to realize how certain folks, I'll use that word very, very strongly, are used as the bad guy, right? And that's one of my, and I have a black granddaughter, a black daughter-in-law. I've lived in places where I have literally been hated as a white man because of my acceptance for other races. You know, being from Florida, where I came from, I lived in around 3 military bases in our neighborhood. My mom was a babysitter. We had 5 Asian kids, 5 black kids, 5 white kids, 3 Mexicans, 2 Indian kids, all in the house every day. I didn't know we were different. Do you understand? That's how my first 10 years were. I didn't realize that if you went out and about, because this is in the 80s. I'm old. I'm 44. So this was old. This is back in the 80s, right? There wasn't this internet and 7,000 fucking TV channels. So all I knew was there was the same amount of us. And my mom didn't let any of that racist shit go. Like, I remember her beating people's butts, like paddling, because we did that back then, for that type of thing, right? So with that said, you know, we couldn't drop N-bombs. We couldn't say the different slurs and slangs and things like that we started to see in TV and stuff. So I came from a different culture than what most people are used to. And I know that was kind of lengthy, but I want you guys to kind of understand where I'm coming from when I speak on those things. And this one right here is very important to me. Hip hop culture was not necessarily maimed by other races. It was maimed by its popularity. By what? The machine. Going back to exactly where I started. The machine is using hip hop to control, program, and sort of design and keep our oppositions. So pure hip hop to me, if you go look up the definition, and hopefully Micah can throw this up during production, the actual definition of hip hop is very specific on the things that it has to include. Okay? So I don't think race is a thing with it. But hip hop has both A, allowed black culture to grow, and B, has been hijacked to put motherfuckers in jail. To your point, they literally sat down in meetings, the one that Ice Cube talked about there that you're referring to, and there was other top guys at that point in the industry that were all took to this meeting, and it was a bunch of white boys, and a bunch of Jews that have a lot of fucking money, and they told him, look, here's what we're going to do. If the artist wants to sell their soul and push out the agenda of go kill motherfuckers, go rob motherfuckers, join a gang, running with a gun, talk about bad shit, fuck your baby mama, etc., then you can get put on.
But the machine can change if everything is turned over
at
to
any
those
time.
who own and make it.
Like
You know what I mean? And black people know for a fact what's going on and still allow some of this shit to happen.
Absolutely.
That essentially falls on where we can't get together and do shit together without there being a fucking problem. And that's sad. You know what I'm saying?
Anything
and
that
because
makes
of that,
waves
the
is going to
machine
get
gets to take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
The machine
yes.
gets to take advantage of that because they know. And look, Cat Williams couldn't have said it best. He's like, these racist white motherfuckers hate us so much, but they're watching us all the time. What are they looking for? They're looking for that black messiah. They know where the fuck we come from. We don't.
Well, what do you think happened to Malcolm and Martin and what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, that's what Prince, like, anybody who speaks out with any kind of fucking pigment in their fucking skin, they yoke you out or fucking clone you.
They get taken out by their own kind because their own kind is struggling so much that, you know, hey, these couple of dollars right here seems so, you know, hey, this is going to help me out. So, you know, what the fuck? I don't care. Like, the bigger picture is never going to be seen. That's why I say, if civil war breaks out again, we're going to lose. All right? Because I've said it before on this show. I've gone to gun shows in Florida, okay?
So next weekend.
Yeah, these gun shows, these white boys are rolling up in trucks and vans packed to the teeth. And where the brothers? And at every gun show, yep, and at every gun show in Florida, there's always a neo-Nazi in there selling Nazi memorabilia. And if you're black and you walk up to that white motherfucker and try to talk to him, he ain't gonna talk to you. Like, dude, I went up there, I was like, hey, dog, you know, I want to buy something just to see if he talked to me. I was even like, hey, dog, hey, white power, man, white power. Let me get a piece of this. This nigga wasn't even looking didn't even knew I existed. Some cracker rolled up. I mean, like, dog, he was like, hey, brother. Like, oh, really? Oh, really?
No.
But you never see.
That dude said you weren't going.
He's like, oh, I wasn't going to sell this nigga or anything of mine.
He said that hard R. That was the hard R out. You know, I get come over and drop you.
Hey, because that's exactly what the fuck he was thinking. That's exactly what the fuck he was thinking when I was talking to him. He's like, there's no way I'm going to stoop and fucking talk to this dude. Like, really, dude? Hey, I got money. Your money is of no concern to me. So, like, that's where I'm saying the machine needs to be changed. Like, if we took back everything that is ours, because, like, dude, white folks get to enjoy the internet because of a black person. Let's just be real clear. Anything you guys enjoy today, you know, thank a black person for it. You're welcome. You know, maybe it wasn't me, but it was a black person.
I think it goes around it goes around though. I just, again, I think, and I hate to be like this, Al. I guess I got to be the voice of the other side of it all, because you know,
you're side with the white people.
No, I saw, you know how I side, Al. You're way more racist than me. Come on now, we've had this conversation way too many times, Homelander. Listen,
damn right I am.
All right, listen. For me, it's about this. It's about giving credit where credit's due. Stop putting down a black man that invented the internet and not give him his credit. Don't put down the white woman that invented fucking broccoli and cheese casserole. Like, it should all be treated the same. But it's one of the best things for the machine to make us fight about, are these race differences and not giving one side enough credit. Because if you go in different places, it's what's programmed there, and you're 100% correct.
One side is getting 100% credit, where the other isn't, and that's where the problem is.
Don't you think there's a change?
We'll go back to the question, because
you don't think it's coming back around. You don't think it's getting?
No,
I don't think it's one where it should be. But come on, you got to say there's a difference in 2024 than when there was in 1985, because that's when we've been alive.
Not when brothers are still getting lynched, man. People are still getting lynched.
I agree with that.
We're back in the day.
I'm not saying it's still not happening, but you don't think it's happening less though?
No. Nah, check me out. What I believe is our generation of white boys failed us because they grew up with us and they did the same shit that their parents did. You dig what I'm saying? When they got to a certain level, they was like, get it by your bootstraps. I did. And, you know, we didn't know they had 10 steps ahead of us in the corporate ladder before we even entered.
So you talk about like the Trump supporters kind of thing. I got you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all been through the shit that we've been through. Same generation, listen to the same music. We was the first ones to really integrated the schools, this generation. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mother's them, they ain't had no, it was no fucking integration during that time. And that's my direct parent. You dig what I'm saying? That wasn't that long ago.
I do.
So we were actually the first generation to integrate with one another. And that generation of white people said, fuck you. My parents told me don't trust you and y'all ain't shit. And I'm going to keep doing what white people do is shit on you. And they figure out different ways how to do it. And it's definitely when they separate themselves from you after they leave the hood and the poor places and they meet different people. And it's happened in a lot of different cases in my life. And I grew up on the south side of Chicago where I sincerely didn't even have a conversation with a white person until I left that motherfucker when I was, 14?
Respect.
In South Carolina with them, Beaufort, South Carolina. And them motherfuckers was great.
My God, what a diss, dude. Bro, much respect, much respect. You know, I mean, I know we haven't spoken before. I've known Al since like 2008. Like, we've known each other a long time. That's much respect because I know the difference being just from Florida and going to North Carolina for 5 years. My son, Matt, who comes on the show, he's in Columbia, South Carolina living when he talks to us on the phone, married to a black woman, right? So generationally speaking, we have seen, it humbles me to talk to guys that tell me that because that's fucked up. Like, I look at it on both sides. When I hear white boys talk about ignorant shit, I put them in their place so much. I wish that was on camera all the time sometimes.
But those same white boys we played basketball and shit with.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, that's just it. I grew up in a melting pot. I only knew melting pot. I didn't really realize there was minority, you understand, until I got older. Like, until I got into...
Take account like Cooper, who played wide receiver for the Florida Gators and then the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
He played with black people and brown people and was recorded at a fucking concert saying, I will fuck every nigger up in here.
I will jump that fence and fight every nigger here, bro.
Yeah, that's fuck shit, though. But I mean, like, you know,
really?
I'm not saying it's an anomaly. You're absolutely right.
You feel me? You feel me?
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude, I've told this story. Marcus and I went to Jacksonville, Florida. Okay.
Oh, this part.
Jacksonville is North Florida, right at the tip of Georgia. So you get all those cornbread cousin motherfuckers from Georgia who come down here to watch these Jacksonville games. And those fucking rednecks from North Florida. Like, dude, we were the only brothers in this, well, actually in almost the whole stadium.
Georgia meth heads, bro. Georgia meth heads are Jacksonville fans.
The only black people in that session.
Hey.
And I had to shut all those white people down. Marcus would tell you he was nervous we were going to have to fight all those white people.
You said it.
You heard.
I was ready, but I was just like, man.
Yeah,
I thought we would just come here for football.
Yeah, that can't.
We have to fight, though. I mean, once it started, I was like, I mean, if they say something, do something. Like, that's where we at. But
I wish I would have.
You see so many stories where brothers end up dead because they didn't stand up for them. You know, granted, there are certain situations where you do need to run.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't make you a punk to run, but there's certain situations where you do need to run. But then there are certain situations where, like, you know, hey, dude, I've heard this enough with other motherfuckers. You're not going to try me like that. I will murder every pasty motherfucker in here before you guys put a hand on me. Ain't nobody going to hang me. Ain't nobody going to kneel on my motherfucking neck. Ain't nobody going to try that shit. I will fucking kill you. All right, let that be clear. Those words don't get used a lot, but let that be clear. I will kill you before you do that to me. There will have to be 100 of you to succeed. Because I will fucking kill. Like, dude, Rasheem Carter, like, you know, to go back to your point where you thought things were changing, Rick, Rasheem Carter is brand new. Okay, brothers from North Carolina went all the way down. I think it was like Alabama or Mississippi, one of those places. They hunted that man down. They chopped him up.
Yeah, it was fucked
The
up.
sheriff that was involved in that fed pieces of this man to his dog. When his dog got sick, he had to take his dog to the vet. The vet, I thank the vet for calling this shit in, said, hey, these are human remains coming from this dog's stomach.
Good.
Those human remains matched Rasheem Carter. I don't know if it was the dollar store or Dollar General. There's one of those dollar places that has video of Rasheem Carter leaving the joint, getting chased. They don't want to give up video. They still don't want to cooperate with the cops. These white boys are still free.
Wait, when did this happen?
There's just story after story. I believe it was, it's either Mississippi. Just look up Rasheem Carter. It was either Alabama or Mississippi. But the guys who murdered him, two of them were from North Carolina.
And Al, I don't want to take away anything from that because I 100% promote any awareness to any and all injustice. All right, because you know that. Okay.
Not to cut you off, but one of the guys' names is Stephen Luke Clements. He lives on Parker Road in Pleasant Hill, North Carolina. He's one of the guys that participated in the murder of Rasheem Carter. Just look those guys up. Another name to look up to, where being white was a privilege, Brian Bell and Brandon Bell, who killed, what's his name? He played football. This happened in Georgia. They found him upside down inside a wrestling mat. They claimed that he was trying to get something. No, that's not how that happened.
Yeah. That was a couple of years ago. But yep. I remember that.
Brian and Brandon Bell, their father, formerly of the FBI.
That's right.
Those kind of connections help you.
Absolutely.
These are just two stories that I'm throwing out. There's plenty more. I know we dove off the deep end, but Marcus, before I wrap things up, in your personal opinion, do you feel that hip hop has benefited and or helped the Black community in any way, shape, or form?
I kind of feel like it's kind of in the middle. Like, I don't know that it has benefited, but I feel like there may be some. I could see if a person was to think that it has. Like, a lot of people, like I was saying, like they get to express themselves. It's art. It's another way to highlight, like, how beautiful Black is and like what we're capable of. But at the same time, like you said, we're not in control of anything, so our people don't get the benefit off of anything. If nothing else, like, I don't know, man. It is, I think about hip hop, like, growing up on it, like, because like you guys are older than me, but like growing up with like the revolution, I would call it, like with Jay-Z, Nas, Biggie, Tupac, like Ice Cube, everybody that was coming up in that era, like, I don't know, man. I have like a relationship with hip hop. Like, I always want to see the good in it, but at the same time, I don't know that it's benefited anybody in the community. And to throw in another point, like y'all was saying that conscious rap is like, it is kind of considered whack, even though it's fucking dope. There have been a few that have like made it off of that. Like Common is one that comes to mind. Because he's never really been the thug shit. He loved and like peace. Yeah, Outkast.
Yeah, Outkast, yeah.
I mean, Kendrick Lamar, outside of what he's doing right now.
Nori. Nori.
Yeah, Nori.
Go back to what Nori said. Nori breaks it all down for you the best for hip hop, bro. He said it. He said either you go left, which is kind of like the gay shit, or you go right, which is like the Satan shit, or you go the middle, which is like you. And they're not gonna let, like, once you start selling out like smaller venues, and once you start going like gold and then diamond and platinum and shit like that, you're only gonna go so far unless you pick left or right. And Nori talks about that.
Take a rapper, the machine, as you say. Look what they did to DMX.
Oh fuck!
Like, think of the message DMX was pushing out there. They had DMX's own homeboy.
Come on,
lace
bro.
his own shit. I don't know if it was crack or heroin, but either way, got him addicted to that.
No crack.
We saw.
He's a crackhead from South Carolina.
He was crack around.
He smoked crack way before.
He smoked crack way before.
In the end.
Yeah.
Well, Oh no,
That's
he
how they
didn't know
painted
his
it.
style.
That's oh no.
Yeah, that's why I'm slipping.
Well, I
Came in
mean-
there. I can't
But that's
get
what,
up.
you know, he was feeling guilty. He was feeling guilty about which way he went, whether it was left or right. He either felt like he sold his soul to the devil, and he talked about the God a lot. He talked about like the Christian God a lot. So he either sold his soul to the devil, or he was involved with a quote unquote Diddy party style of type of thing, and it was fucking with him. And that's why DMX went down. Or
Well, he
the
actually
Hollywood shit.
He actually did a video or interview, and he talked about how he wouldn't sell his soul. He wouldn't do it, and that's why he kept getting in so much trouble as far as going back and forth in jail. I think he was in Arizona when he did the video. If I'm not mistaken, it was Arizona. And he did a video where he spoke about it. About that, he said it specifically, like, yo, because I'm not involving myself with what they talking about and trying to, you know, put myself in the space that they want me to be in. That's why they're shunning him. That's why they was basically like blackballing him, like, you know.
100% correct.
But hey, man, you know, we want to thank Al and Unique for joining us. We look forward to having you guys on again. Also, guys, if you're looking for any artwork, please hit my nephew Nathaniel up. His info's in our bio. Feel free to check that out. We're having some issues with our merch website right now, but we'll let you know when that's back up and running, so you can also hit that up.
Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share it, talk shit. You know, agree, disagree. Who cares, man? Just interact.
Talk shit. I'm gonna talk shit back, just so you know.
Hey, just interact with us.
But just know we're gonna tell you you're a fucking
let us
asshole
know
too.
something. You know, and if you like the intro outro track, it's called Trap Sex. It's by an artist named Nish. You can find his music on SoundCloud and YouTube.
Absolutely. So thanks for joining us. Signing off, I'm Al, joined by Marcus, Rick, Unique, and Al.